would hopefully come by our office at the old depot, have a beverage, have some snacks, but ultimately continue on and do the dinner, which is at the new boathouse out at SIU.
The Becker Pavilion.
Becker Pavilion, yes. I forget. It has a fancy name now.
It does.
So we're doing that on Friday after work, and then Saturday we're going to do a business showcase. Some of the booths, vendor booths, will be inside the design center at the old depot, which is kind of our community area. And some of them will be on the back side between the back of our building and where you see the locomotive and caboose. There's nice brick pavers back there, and we'll have tables. And our choice of that location is because there will, on the other side of the tracks at the Washington Street venue, that's where all the music's going to happen, and that's where the art and craft booths are going to be. So we hope that our member businesses that join us will have a good visibility, and we'll be able to cross paths with a lot of the vendors that are over there. And we're going to run our event concurrent with the arts and crafts and the junior jamboree, 11 to 7, and then at 7 is really when the music starts. So we'll wrap up, and hopefully people will transition right into the concert series. Again, trying to complement and not compete.
Right. And so, and to back up, to give a little bit of history, so last year, tourism initiated this event that's, long-term plan is for this to be region-wide, called Celebrate 618. And I think it was just mainly on Saturday. Well, Friday night and then Saturday last year. And I think this year they're revamping the schedule to where there's going to be maybe something going on every day of the week. And it might just be a dinner one night. It might be a single music event at a certain location one night. But the goal was to have something going on every night of the week to give more people an opportunity to come out and experience it.
Exactly. And again, it's really about tying in and cross-promoting some existing things with and filling the gaps with new things. So Wednesday of that week will be a Brown Bag concert that Main Street hosts. They also have a progressive patio tour on that Wednesday evening. Then Thursday of that week is the First Sunset concert, which is a well-established. But then between that, we're going to add... There's a Pokemon event, which is not my cup of tea, but has a lot of following and a big appeal. There's some art happenings throughout the community, and just, again, adding to and helping cross-promote with each other. Everybody who's at the table, doesn't matter if it's us or tourism or park district, we're all running on small budgets. So when we can work together and collaborate, it just gives us all strength to promote our events.
Yep. And so that Friday night, you were talking about the business after hours. Now, who can go to that? Do you have to be a chamber member, or can anybody go?
It's really geared towards current members and business owners and decision makers that have an interest and think that they might want to be members.
Cool. And so that will precede the luau on the lake.
Yes.
At the Becker Pavilion.
Yes.
And I know it sold out pretty quick last year, so if people have an interest, it's a great location because there's a nice room there. They usually have drinks, and it's on the water, and this year it sounds like the theme's pretty fun, so it's a great opportunity to see that venue if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, and they have the paddle boats out and lifeguards present, so, it could be a really nice, assuming we have good weather, which I'm sure we will, because we'll all be putting our praying and wishing hats on that week. People can do a little paddle cruise before or after dinner, and it could be a really nice evening.
Cool. And where can folks get more information about Celebrate 618 in general?
There is a Facebook for it, and it has its own website. And so this week, all of the events are being updated. So we have all the new dates, locations, and venues for the existing events and the ones that are being added.
Awesome. Okay, Carbondale Young Professional Dinner Series, Hidden Carbondale.
So I'm really excited about what's happening with Carbondale Young Professionals. We have a new chair, and she's super organized and very ambitious to getting things on the calendar to keep that group getting together, because they're not going to grow if they're not frequently getting together. So they have been doing a dinner series, and it is a social hour from 5 to 6, and then they order dinner and have a program at 6. And there's no cost to it. It's just come out and buy any food or drink at whichever chamber member venue that they are selecting. And So they've done elevator pitch, they've done speed networking, they've done a lot of fun programming. But this one, our office is supporting, and we're calling it Hidden Carbondale, and it's just sort of the hidden gems. And so we're hoping to give them some introduction to some businesses that they might not know are here. I mean, I think there's some really cool products and things that come out of Southern Illinois, and people really just have no idea what's in our own backyard.
Yep, no, I agree. And it looks like we've always got monthly membership luncheons, but this one in particular has something you want to point out.
Yeah, so we do every month on our third Tuesday of the month, typically at noon. We have a couple exceptions to that. We have a membership luncheon. It's one of our bigger events of the month in our reoccurring event series. Our speaker this time is Chris Eggleston, and he is going to speak on the magic of customer service. And the venue is going to be out at SIH Systems office, which is the backside of University Mall. And also we're excited because we have one of our members, Sauced Up Smokers, that's going to cater for us. And they're in such demand that they honestly are hard for us to even book. So we're happy to have them bringing us lunch at SIH for Chris Eggleston.
Very cool. And these go on every month. What's the day? I'm sorry, I should know that.
That's okay. It is the third Tuesday of each month.
The third Tuesday. I know it's on my calendar. I never equate the actual day that it's on.
Yeah.
And then you have a BNI, which is Business Networking International.
Yes.
Business After Hours coming up.
Yeah. So we were BNI WIN chapter and the nationwide organization out of St. Louis are both members of our chamber, and they have some subgroups within their membership, one of which that works super well is their contractor group. So that's kind of the HVAC and countertops and flooring and outdoor patio. That whole group does a really good job with referring to each other, and they want to host and Business After Hours, and that's going to be on North 51 at FWS.
Right, 51 in Willow.
51 in Willow. FWS Countertops. If you always wondered what's behind that beautiful, brightly colored building, it's your chance to go see their showroom, meet some of the people that are in that that group within the group, if you will. And they're going to have beverages. They're going to have food stations. They're going to have giveaways. I'm really looking forward to this. It's the last Thursday in May, and it's 4:30 to 6:30. And these guys are really putting a lot of effort into their event, and I think it's going to be really, really great time. I'm hoping there's kind of an open area, driveway area there, and I'm hoping we have the ability to be outside a little bit for part of the evening. And the Southern, which is right across the street and also a member, has been very good to offer some overflow parking. Yep. I know some people were like, oh, I don't know, Willow and 51. No, we have plenty of parking. Yeah. So would love to have people come out, chamber members, BNI members, and anybody who just has an interest in learning more about people who help with home repair and new construction.
Yep. Hey, something else, too, that I was just reminded of that is going to be starting here shortly is Leadership Carbondale's second class, right? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely.
I know the class is full this year, but for the future.
Yeah, sure. No, we actually keep the application up online. In this case, we had more applicants than we could really seat and have successful tours and successful curriculum. So we have some people who applied for the 2019 class that are already kind of rolled over into the applications for 2020. So if someone has an interest in learning more about leadership, I would certainly encourage them to go to our website and apply for that. It's just carbondale.chamber.com. But we have a morning curriculum that we have bought. It's called Positive Leadership. It's very good. And we have volunteers from prior classes, committee members that teach that curriculum. And then we have a whole day of touring. And the touring people really get a lot of behind the scenes. Last Friday, we were at Carbondale at the Public Safety Building and, got to go through dispatch and see how evidence chain of command works and everything like that. We went to the township office, which most people don't even know what that office is or what it does. We just visited a lot of places that people might not get exposed to. And I always tell people, we want you to learn more about your community. We want you to get really in depth with, what goes on, what could you get involved with, why are, local elections important, all of these things that build your community and that you actually have some pretty significant control over, but also it exposes them to a very, very wide variety of different leadership styles. When we're meeting with Chief Grubbs, that's going to be a different experience than when we're meeting with Elaine at Long Branch, who we also met with on Friday. So we just have a very wide variety of styles that, different things work for different people, and it's not a one-size-fits-all. So as people are developing their own leadership path, it's just good for them to be exposed to a wide variety of mentors and leaders. And I think this is more important than it has been in prior years because so many companies are doing more with fewer. I say more with less. I always say more with fewer because it's really
we say a lot the same with less, right?
Yeah, it's the people that are, and so people have a lot more demands on their plate. They're expected to do more. They're in some cases doing 2 and 3 people's jobs. If you look back, 10 or 20 years, and the funding isn't there for a lot of companies to send their employees to get training and to get advancement. So if you're trying to think about how do I build a pipeline to move people up in my own company and not hire from the outside, it's really hard to build depth in a company if you don't have leadership training. So, it's a year's worth of training for $500. And we even have scholarshiping that we can underwrite some folks if they just pay the $50 book fee, basically. And so for a lot of companies that, haven't been able to fly someone somewhere to do high-level training, $500 for a whole year is a pretty good deal if you see potential in somebody in your company.
Yeah, no, you're right. The content is really great, and I don't know that anyone can ever get enough leadership training, and certainly there's common threads regardless of who you subscribe to, what person, style, whatever you subscribe to. But another really important aspect of it is that you get to build a network within the leadership Carbondale, and then one of the goals obviously is that everyone becomes advocates for the community. But as you know, it's extremely important when you're in any kind of leadership position to have folks you can talk to, and may not necessarily mentors. Mentors are great, but just to have colleagues that are sharing some of the same experiences, faced with the same challenges that you can talk to, and this helps you kind of build your own personal leadership network too.
Absolutely. I was in the class of 2006, which doesn't feel that long ago, but is. And my class still gets together. We're having lunch in Monday after next. And I think about the people that come to that table, and it's Fager McGee and the city and SIH and Neurorestorative and me. And I would not have necessarily crossed paths with some of the people that I now consider very, very good sounding board. And, I think when you go through a class like this and you're stuck in the van all day together, touring and whatnot, you just build really great friendships and relationships. And sometimes you need people outside of your circle to just bounce things off of.
Absolutely. Well, and also not to make it sound like it was that dreadful, right? That's true, but you really do get a behind the curtain peek at a lot of things in Carbondale. Like you said, City Hall, the police department, other city assets, certainly with SIH, with the university, there's things you'll get exposed to. And it's just kind of neat that, you drive by these places day after day after day, and then all of a sudden you get to go behind the door and actually see what, how things work. And it helps personalize a lot of parts of the community.
Yes, absolutely.
So that was a lot, Jennifer, but as always, you've always got to have a ton of stuff going on. Is there anything else you want to leave the listeners with? We got a couple minutes here.
I mean, those are really the main things. I guess our other big excitement, and I've talked about this on previous shows, but we have our first mentee going through the process for our soft skills mentoring program that we're calling LIFT. And so she is in her third week. So she has been in all kinds of different businesses, and I can't say enough nice things about Mantricon, who's helping. They're our funding partner on this. But in addition to making this a paid internship, they also have transportation and child care support, which this individual didn't really need. But what she needed that I didn't even know they could help with is she needed a wardrobe. She didn't have go-to-work clothes. Yep. So they took her shopping. And, I mean, that is something that you can't really put a price on because it's something that just empowers somebody and gives them confidence. And, the fact that they were able to support that so she could walk into that first business that first week and feel good about herself, that goes such a long way. And
it's a really long way interviewing. Absolutely.
Super excited about LIFT being up and running, and can't wait till we launch our next class.
Yeah, we should have you back and talk more about this, because this is a super cool program where people get paid to go through this process of learning, helping to further develop your soft skills, and also make contact with a lot of employers in the area. So there's some real opportunity there. Yeah,
it's the population that we're looking to serve. They're unemployed or underemployed, and one of their common things that they will tell us is, it's all who you know, and I don't know the right people. Well, now they know the right people because they get to work with 4, 6, or 8 business people, depending on which class they're in. So, and they're on site in the business with the business leader, business owner, mentor, Monday to Thursday, and then Friday they get a hands-on class day, which is all resume building and interviewing, and some real hard skills in addition to the shadowing.
Yep, that's an awesome program.
Thank you.
Jennifer, as always, thanks for coming in, and information on all these things are at your website, carbondale.chamber.com.
Yes.
And I'm sure we'll have you back soon.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to take a break here, and we'll bring on our next guest.
Did you know? Our Spring Pledge Drive begins April 20th and will run through May 5th. Every dollar you invest in WDBX 91.1 Community Radio has a direct impact in our community. Your donations support community-minded news and soul-enriching music. WDBX provides diverse programming for a wide range of people across our community, as well as a means for local artists to get on the air. And most of all, it's free because of generous donations from listeners like you. Just remember, it takes a community to raise a radio station.
All right, we're back, and our next guest, we have Tricia Burns from Carbondale, from the city of Carbondale.
Yes.
It's good to see you outside the office, Tricia.
Good to see you, too. Thanks for having me.
So, Tricia, you're in the planning department, and one of the things that we get involved with every year is National Bike Month.
Yes, that is correct, and it is May, so it is National Bike Month.
A lot of stuff. I'm looking at this list. There's a ton of stuff going on this month.
Yes, we try to get some new events going this year. I know last year we had Sarah Lawrence in this position, and she did a great job of starting out a lot of these events. And then this year I've tried to incorporate some new items into the schedule. So we're hoping that we get a great turnout this year for some of these events.
Yeah, so let's run through. We've already had a couple things. We had a group ride on the 1st.
Well, we actually had to postpone that. We're hoping to get that within the next couple weeks because we had to postpone it due to not so good weather that day.
Awesome. So the next thing on the agenda looks like is on the 11th.
Yes, that is a new event this year. That is the Family Fun Ride. We're going to start that out at Turley Park. It's going to be from 12 to 3 that day. So we will have the Neighborhood Co-op and Phoenix Cycle are the ones that are helping to co-sponsor that event.
So it's 3 hours. It's not a 3-hour bike ride.
No, it is not a 3-hour bike ride. It's actually just about a 2-mile bike ride over there in the Murdale area. So it'll just go through the bike route that is over there and kind of showcase a little bit of that bike route that's over there for the families to ride. But we'll have different little events at the park set up as well.
Yeah, we used to do this downtown, but we changed it to the west side because it's, even for experienced cyclists, it can be a little bit cumbersome to get over to the pavilion and navigate the highways and stuff. So this is a much friendlier.
Yes, and and it's gonna, like I said, it's family friendly too. So we're encouraging families to come out with the kids, and then anybody who participates gets a T-shirt at the end of the ride. So
awesome!
It should be fun. It should be a fun day.
Yep. And then coming up, I guess it's next week, is Bike to Work Week.
Yes, the whole week. Bike to Work Week is what we're trying to put that out there for the 13th through the 19th.
Very cool. What else you have coming up?
Yes, and then the rest of the month, on the 18th, I'm kind of excited about this one. The varsity will be showing Pee-wee's Big Adventure this year to help with the bike month.
That's cool.
So that one will be fun. So that's a real good family-friendly one as well. And then on the 24th is the fourth Friday Fair at the Town Square Pavilion. That's put on by Main Street. And that will all be bike themed as well. So there'll be a bike rodeo. They'll have where you can decorate your bike. And I know that one, the Boys and Girls Club is getting benefited from that. So it's a good organization. And then the mountain bike trail building with Touch of Nature will be on the 25th. And then the 31st is the annual luncheon. So that'll wrap up the month. And that'll be at Turley Park. And Neighborhood Co-op helps to sponsor that one as well. So
very cool. And so going back on the 25th, the Touch of Nature, that's from 9 to 1. We're looking for volunteers.
Yes, we are looking for volunteers for that event. That'll help to actually build those bike trails out there, which is something we really are encouraging.
Yeah, we definitely, we're so proud of what they've been able to do out there. We've had the director on a few times talking about this. And for folks that don't know, there's a plan in place to have about 30 miles of mountain bike trails, and it's all levels of all skill sets of riders. They're just adjacent to Touch of Nature, and they've received a grant to fund, I think, the first 10 miles or so. But this could really be a magnet to draw riders and tourists from around the country, because similar kinds of trail systems, specifically over in southern Indiana, which is very similar terrain, they bring in about 60,000 people a year. So that has a tremendous impact on the community, but gives us a lot more exposure nationally.
Yes, and I know we are trying to encourage more of the bike trails to be built and encourage more people to get out, because I think it's such a beautiful area around here, and we have such a great market for this, and to get people out would be awesome.
Yeah, there's little traffic on the roads, lots of rolling terrain, hilly. It's all different levels, and obviously the scenery. It's a great place to ride a bike. On the 31st, the lunch at Turley. So there's a number of things going on there, right?
Yes. So at that one, we're inviting everybody out to have lunch. We're gonna have some giveaways. We've got some really cool prizes this year. And to tie into that, all month long, we actually have the bicycle scavenger hunt that we are doing. We have the kids version, and then we have the older version. So we encourage people to do the scavenger hunt all month, and then those that participate and come to the luncheon can actually get a prize for the most scavenger hunt items that they post on Facebook.
Cool. So talk a little about scavenger hunt. What kinds of places?
Oh, there is
folks have to visit?
Number of places that are available for the scavenger hunt. I'm pretty sure there's close to 50 different places on the adult scavenger hunt. And it ranges all the way from Castle Park to the Splash Park, all the way to different towns. So you can go in DeSoto. There's some stuff there. Giant City Park.
I think there's some in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, there's a wide variety of places. So we're encouraging a lot of people to participate in this event.
Well, you know what's really neat about this? I did this last year. And, just little things like the millstones at SIU on here. So a lot of people, maybe you are aware of the significance of those, but you actually can go visit, take a photo during your scavenger hunt, which is kind of neat. So
yeah, and for the scavenger hunt, all you have to do is take a selfie at these different places and post it with the hashtag on Facebook, and that enters you in. And the more that you take, the greater your chances of winning the prize at the luncheon.
Cool. And then what's the hashtag?
The hashtag is Bike Seadale 2019.
And as you mentioned, there's a kids version too. So if you like to take your little one with you, you can hit some spots with
and the
them
kids
as well.
version is a little bit more just general things. It's not necessarily specific places. So like wearing a helmet while riding, using a left-hand turn signal, riding a bike with a friend. So it's a lot more fun for the kids. It's just general items for them.
I'm really glad we do this. And you know that one of the things that I'm proudest of that we've accomplished over the last several years is we're a bike-friendly city. And that was, I think, 2 years ago we became designated through the League of American Bicyclists. We're the only one in what we consider downstate Illinois.
Right.
The nearest town is Champaign. That's another bike. Not even the metro area has anyone designated. So that's pretty cool. That shows that as a city we've made a commitment to try to be friendly with cyclists.
Yes, and I think that's awesome, and I think we've made great strides the past few years with that. But there's still a lot more to do, and it's exciting to like be able to bring that to this area.
Yeah, and the university was designated as well as a bike-friendly campus. So collectively, I think that shows a commitment towards this. Tricia, we've got about a minute left. Anything else you want to add? Where can folks find out more information about what's coming up this month?
Yes, on the City of Carbondale Facebook page, all of these events are listed there. That's where the scavenger hunt and all of that information is as well.
Well, and the weather's been cooperative, and we hope people get out and enjoy the weather, enjoy get on your bike. It's a great way it's a completely different way to see the area on two wheels versus in your vehicle. So
it lets you appreciate the scenery a lot
much more. So, Tricia, thanks for coming on today, thanks for everybody for listening again to WDBX 91.1 Community Radio for Southern Illinois Talk of the Town, and we will see you next Monday.
This hour of programming is brought to you by EC Rental Center, serving Carbondale and the surrounding area for over 50 years with quality equipment rental for homeowner, contractor, or special events. Pickup and delivery are available Monday through Saturday just off Route 13 at 1817 West Sycamore Street in Carbondale, or by calling 618-457-4127. For a complete product list, visit e-zrentalcenter.com.
Support comes from WorkCare, providing occupational health and wellness solutions to improve workforce productivity. Learn more at workcarereadywell.com.
This government had an idea and Parliament made it law. Seems like it's illegal to fight for the union anymore. And which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on? Set off to join the picket lines, but together we cannot fail. We got stopped by police at the county line. They said, go home, boys, or you'll go into jail. And which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on? Well, it's hard to explain to a crying child why her daddy won't go back. So the family suffer, but it hurts me more to hear a scab say, sod you, Jack. Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on? I'm bound to follow my conscience, and I'll do whatever I